Well, few people know Donald Trump as well as Omarosa. From the set of The Apprentice to the Oval Office, she worked with him for almost 20 years. So you might think she'd be pretty excited right now. But Omarosa says the prospect of another Trump presidency is terrifying. Former Trump staffer Omarosa Manigault-Newman joins me. Omarosa, so nice to see you. Trump will be getting the keys to the White House.
There's some shocking results that have come out. Kamala Harris had more money than him. She had more volunteers on the ground. She spent more money on ads. And I thought she had the momentum, but we're seeing that that's just not the case.
So what do you think has gone wrong for Kamala Harris?
It seems to me that there was too much of a reliance on the abortion issue and not enough focus on inflation, on the economy. And people were really concerned about having her at the top, not really understanding how she differed from Biden in her policies.
Okay, so how do you feel about a Trump 2.0?
You know, I'm very concerned, only because he is a convicted felon now, and he also has all of these criminal cases that are coming up. So who would want to choose that person as their president? But here we see that America, in fact, decided that they want him to be their president. Hopefully Donald Trump will not go to his worst impulses, to his most extreme policies, and try to lead both the left and the right.
See, I think this is what's been very crazy from us for a while. All those things that you just listed about the fact that he's facing possible jail time. Is this his get out of jail free card?
No, not particularly with the cases that are state cases. Those are cases he cannot dismiss from his position as president. But the federal cases he can make go away pretty easily and pretty quickly, and he will.
So, Omarosa, last presidency, he kind of had the guardrails. So he had sensible voices at the table, even if he didn't listen to them. But if you look at who he's got now, there was talk that he wanted to put RFK Jr., a known conspiracy theorist and anti-vaxxer, in charge of health. I mean, I don't even want to think about who gets defence. Is it Elon Musk?
I mean, it could be one of his children. You know, he loves to have nepotism in his administration, but we won't know. And so hopefully a lot of the craziest things that he said he's going to do during a campaign, there are some checks and balances. I was with him the first time he went into the White House. Now going into the second administration, maybe he's learned some of the limitations of what he can and cannot do. We'll have to see.
And this is the thing, right? I mean, whether you love him or loathe him, you have to give him credit because this is an incredible comeback.
It is certainly an incredible comeback. In fact, he's making history in his return to the office. People had written him off and said that this was the end of his political career.
You sort of touched on it a moment ago. Do you think he has the capacity to bring your country that is so divided, pretty much right down the middle, together over the next 4 years?
I'm hopeful. I'm very, very hopeful, but at the same time, I know Donald, and on a very personal level, I know this man. I've worked with him for 17 years. And the truth is that he just really can't help his impulses. He's going to be out for revenge, and he has this enemies list, and he is going to, one by one, go and chase these individuals and hold them accountable for doing him wrong. So once he gets past his revenge campaign, maybe he'll get down to the business of running this country.
Omarosa, do you understand how utterly, utterly scary it is? Everything you just said in that last answer.
Absolutely terrifying. But when Donald Trump says he's going to do something, you better believe he's going to do it. He's totally unhinged.
Okay, so how do you think the next 4 years play out?
It is going to be a complete roller coaster. And so just buckle up and hold on, because Donald Trump is going to take this country for a ride. I mean, here's the reality is that he doesn't have to worry about re-election. He can't run again. And the Supreme Court has ruled that his official acts, he will not be held criminally liable for. That's dangerous. There really are no guardrails in place, and there are no consequences for his bad behavior.
I just wanted to go back to another issue you touched on. So abortion is a huge issue this election. The fact that women are having to fight for the right to make decisions about their own bodies, that doesn't sound like a country that's going to put a female in the Oval Office.
Well, I believe that there will be a female in the Oval Office. It just will not be Kamala Harris. And abortion is still a very important issue, including reproductive rights for women. However, misogyny and sexism is still alive and well in this country, as we're seeing. And the number of men who voted for her, the number of black for him, the number of African American men, minority men who voted for him, it lets you know that their mind states are really traditional, that they want to see men in the Oval Office and not women. And that's a sad commentary for our country today.
And look, I mean, how you feel, though, is very different to half the country. You know, they voted for him. They like him.
Ugh, I don't know what to say to that. I will just say I'm praying for this country, the country that I love, and I pray that the next 4 years will not be as disastrous as I anticipate.
OK, I don't feel we can end the interview on this note, though. So a piece of optimism, if you have it, Omarosa.
The optimism is that we saw a woman run and come close for a second time. And maybe not this time, but I hope that there are little girls who are watching in the world that knows that if you work hard enough, that it is possible. Don't give up. If it's not Kamala Harris, it could certainly be you. So please be encouraged.
There you go. Maybe it'll be third time lucky. Always appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.